I don't see the count. I see the countdown.
Welcome, fans. This is week 8, episode 8 of Show Me Your Medals. And for all the Oriental followers, 8 is our lucky number. For the non-Oriental followers, it means bullshit to you. But for us, 8 is lucky. So hopefully...
Well, it's not been a lucky week for any of us, is it? So
no.
that cancels that one, huh?
No.
Where we go?
I'll just make a point, yeah. If you follow us regularly, you know why Vo's wearing a Japanese t-shirt. Well,
literally, last of the last shirt. Last of the last non-Man United shirt. So that's it. Wins all the way. But before we go on, right, Dave, do you mind if you stand up quickly for us?
Why?
What bench you got on?
I am wearing all them.
Okay, there's not bench this time.
Proper trouser shorts this time.
Right.
I'm wearing the tracksuit bottoms because it's a tad chilly.
Right.
It weren't chilly last week though, was it?
Mate, it was baking last week. That's why. But I suppose you noticed this is the first time that I've not been in my underpants. That's serious.
Okay, little inside info there, behind the scenes info there. All right. Anyway, who wants to get what's off their chest first?
I think I would go Arsenal first. Like 4-0 Bournemouth. I think it was a comprehensive win. It didn't feel fluid in terms of the match itself. I think we got not lucky because we're playing for the penalties. What I did think was kind of weird, and a lot of Arsenal fans will probably be like, "Yeah, great for Kai Havertz," but that guy is dog shit. That guy is dog shit, and okay, providing some confidence. But fast forward to yesterday, absolute. I don't even know why Arteta is like loving this guy. I just can't see it. Every week I'm having to talk about this guy, and trying to think of a way. At the start, it was trying to think of a way. Okay, he's part of the team now. I've got to support him. But every time I see him, I don't know what he offers to the team. Doesn't excite me. Looks very lazy. Likes daisical on the ball. Every time I see him on the ball, it pisses me off. That's how bad it is right now. I just can't see what he offers us. He's definitely not an upgrade to Xhaka. I guess when Partey comes in and then Rice will fill that spot. That's what I imagine it to be, but Partey's injured.
It's never been a similar.
He's never been a midfielder.
He's always like been attacking.
Yeah. He's never been a midfielder. I don't know what it is. And we paid 65 million for him. I just don't see what's going on. The 4 goals, they were good goals, but again, he's putting on Saka. He's a little bit injured had a little knock from the previous game. It was good for me in terms of fantasy football, but like as the longer the duration goes for the season, and we've got so many games. Last year, I feel like we kind of lost it because our players were too tired. Saka played nearly every single game. I just felt like he didn't offer as much in the latter stage of the game. He didn't look fresh. He didn't seem like he had a lot of energy towards the latter of last season. I just feel like he's being overused again. He could have rested yesterday. I mean, we lost the game. It kind of showed that we needed him, but I think we still got wingers to come on to play. It's Lons. I mean, Lons played well, but there's just no excuses. I sat there yesterday just thinking, how were we so fluid against PSV, and then you just maybe it's away from home. I don't know, but it just looked like we didn't have any control of the game at all.
I was like, Lons were good though. Lons
were
played
good.
well.
Yeah, I'm
Lons
not
played
saying
good.
they weren't good.
Yeah.
I think they had the backing of
In
the
that match.
crowd. Seemed amazing.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
And you were ahead. You were ahead as well.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not ruthless enough. That's what I said from the start of this season. The only way we can win titles or something, a cup, is for us to be ruthless. I cannot see it.
With that ruthlessness, I think that comes from your striker. I don't think you have that ruthlessness in striker like Jesus. I think he does a job, but I mean, I think we know and everyone else saying he's not the guy you need to win in the leagues and win, getting you proper out of these games. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think if anything, he's been playing out of position as well, right, on the left, while Nketiah's up top. Is that the same line?
I don't get that as well. Jesus is our best striker. Striker. Eddie, he's hard working, but he's not. He's mid-table. He's mid-table relegation.
He'll be basically like a player for Bournemouth, and he'll fit right in.
He'll be amazing for Bournemouth, but for this team trying to win titles, we're putting Eddie on. It's no disrespect to Eddie because he's a good player, but good is not good enough.
Yeah, but good. You know what he's like? He's like Danny Welbeck when Man United had him. Basically, he's good, but not at United. He'll probably be good at United now, Welbeck. That's where we're at now. He'll fit right in. But when you know what I mean, when you're up, when you think you're a top 4 team, you can't be having a Welbeck. You can't be having an Nketiah. So I think it's like that. And then again, it comes down to it's weird that Arteta must believe in him enough, and Jesus as the one to, because they were linked with no strikers this transfer window. They still haven't really been.
That's my issue with it. We spent 65 million on Kai Havertz. Okay, fine. We're trying to get a replacement for Xhaka. That's not a direct replacement for Xhaka. We spent money on Raya as well. We didn't need another goalkeeper. His performance yesterday wouldn't have been any more different than Ramsdale. If I'm honest, it wasn't like a upgrade in my opinion. So we spent let's say 80 million on those 2 players, right? Where we could have spent 80 million on a striker where we really needed it, or a right winger for Saka.
Do you think Arteta is really stubborn?
He's like Wenger 2.0, mate. Like I don't understand. Like it didn't look like we changed the tactics either. We just kept playing the same thing. I'm just like thinking, well, dude, it's not working. Do something. And
it's
the rotations were weird as well. Like Ben White out for Tomiyasu. I like Tomiyasu, but if you're gonna do that, you weaken that side of the pitch, right?
He had a sick game though, Tomiyasu.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't have a good game, but you're looking for that consistency. And if you're going to play Saka up there, you're going to have to play someone that's played with him to get a good start, and then drop him off if he needed the rest. He had to come on anyway.
Do you know what could help for Arsenal? Actually, we say that they weren't linked with any strikers, but they actually, I'll take that back. They probably were, but that Ivan Toney, and you're heavily linked for this January, and then his band's
If we get him, I'll be happy.
Yeah, if you get him, he'll guarantee.
It's Ivan Toney or Victor Osimhen. Like you guys are in for Victor, right? But you got that Højlund guy now.
Yeah. I think Ivan Toney is likely as well for Arsenal, and then that would be a game changer, I think. But
yeah, because Brentford, it showed they don't need him, so they may as well cash in on him. He's not exactly.
He wants to leave anyway. I think he's probably.
But we need that type of striker, like tall, powerful.
That's it.
Holds up the ball well. Like I know Jesus does it, but he's not your like 20 to 30 goal man a season. And I think that's where we're falling short right now. Is the potency up front. Even though we've like shared out the goals last season, like Martinelli, Saka last season shared out the goals, but I think you just need that not target man, that focal point up top where where defenders in the opposition is going to get real scared, real scared. I think defenders in the Premier League will be scared of Tony.
It's funny how that sort of traditional centre forward has come back in now, because over the years it's been that sort of false nine sort of approach where the big sort of centre forward has disappeared, but now is sort of making a bit of a comeback. I think you got Nunes,
every other team
you got Højlund,
you
got Haaland, and now Tony is that sort of mould. I feel as well. And I feel
you look at likes of Ollie Watkins last week, big, powerful Calvin Lewin. Yeah, he's coming back now. Has he been injured?
Yeah,
is that why he's not been playing?
He's been out for ages.
Yeah, so he's coming back. 2 goals, 2 weeks on the trot. That's a little tip there for you. And yeah, I just can't, I'm not very confident right now with the next game with City.
But saying that, you're still undefeated in the Prem, right? And then yesterday's
game doesn't
mean
anything.
Yesterday's game was first defeat of the season, right?
Huh?
Yesterday's game was first defeat of the season, wasn't
First defeat of the season,
yeah.
Yeah, away from home. But I still see the same things. Same old Arsenal, right?
Yeah,
same old
but
Arsenal.
Still, you can't complain too much. I think City lost to Wolves, so it just shows anyone can lose. So big game against City this week. If they, who knows? If you win it, you overtake them, and then everything we've kind of complained about.
Do you know what? I'm actually scared of Spurs for the rest of this half of the season.
Don't be.
No,
I'm going to talk about that later.
If you look at their fixtures,
yeah,
if they could propel themselves, and that could give them a nice little run ahead. Honestly, I'm not even joking about it. I shouldn't be, but looking at them play this season, they've been shaky in places, but actually, they've not been playing bad at all as well.
All right, we'll see how they get on.
Don't know, because they've been playing mediocre teams, like United, but.
But then that's what I'm saying. They've got mediocre teams for the rest of the next 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, but I'll talk about Spurs later and how
anyway,
that game. Yeah,
let's go. Go on then. Liverpool Spurs.
All right, where do I start? I don't know.
Oh my god!
I don't know where do I start. I think obviously it's big talking point, but let me just quickly go over the game first. And I felt actually it was quite a good game. I think it lived up to my expectation up until Curtis Jones got sent off, and I'm torn in two minds. I do feel it was a red.
It is a red for me.
I don't think it's a red.
I know exactly what he was doing, but I see it if that happened to our player, I'd be screaming for a red card.
It's accidental. It's accidental, but it's out of control. That's the reason why it's red. It's out of control.
I don't think
it wasn't out of control.
We've seen out of control tackles when they're in there. The stud goes on the shin. That's red. He made a footballing move. It was a 50-50. Their balls come together on the side foot. Both side foot tackle, by the way. And then his feet goes over the ball and then onto the player. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So normally the red comes when literally the feet just comes into the shin straight away. His one is a side foot tackle. Anyone could have won it. The Liverpool player won it. And then Curtis Jones goes over the ball and then hits the shin. I've said it in the chat. As a still, when you watch it, red all day long. Because that's you're looking at it, the impact of it is a red. But for me, right, not all accidental moves like that needs to result in a red because of the outcome. Does that make sense? Son had one against Gomez and he broke his leg, right? So you look at it, it's a red all day long, right? But then in the end, they rescinded it because technically Son didn't do anything bad. It was accidents happen, as we know later. VAR, we're going to use that quote a lot. But with that tackle, complete accident, and then is the end result of it, for me, it shouldn't be a red. But I understand why it is a red. Because, like I said, you view it as that, it's on the shin. The impact is there. I don't like it.
Not,
I don't like it as a red.
Not just that. If you compare it to a high boot, like if someone goes for a ball, obviously no intent, does a high boot, cuts the guy's head open, scratches him, whatever, blood everywhere, it's a red card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even though he didn't mean to catch anyone, he went for the ball. It just so happens it's quite high.
It's still a dangerous attempt. Like,
yeah,
I
it
know,
is a dangerous.
Like, you just said it. You just summarized it there quite nicely. Where his foot has rolled over the ball. Right. It just means he's not in. If he's in control of his foot, he wouldn't have let his foot roll over the ball. I know, it's momentum and stuff, but he's not in control, and that's the thing. And his studs were up as well, like at that time too.
How about this, right? What if someone was going for a tackle, slipped, skidded along the floor, and then broke someone's leg? Is that a red card?
That's what I'm saying. For me, it shouldn't be a red card, but they will.
But it is a red card.
They will give it a red card because you know the impact. The guys, you know, crying on the floor, he snapped his leg or whatever. Yeah, you have to give a red card. I can't think because look, how can it not be a red card? Look at him, but accidents happen.
I agree that it like this is how I see that red card. It is a red card, but I just feel like it's a really harsh red card for Curtis Jones. Yeah. But in the rules of the game, that is a red card. Full stop. I think opinion-wise, I don't think it's a red card opinion-wise, but in the rules of the game, it's a red card.
Yeah.
Possibly. I get it, but I don't like it at all. And
no, I don't like it. That's why I said I'm torn. Yeah. That's why I'm torn, you know. And like you said, if it happened to one of our players... But yeah, so many talking points. That's just like... On that one, so at that point, I thought it was a really good game. We're going to the VAR in a bit. I just want to talk about the rest of the game. And I thought, having gone down to 10 men, and then 9 men, you know, I thought, you know, we did well to keep it 1-1, and then obviously Matip does a unfortunate thing and scores their own goal. But I actually thought I actually thought it was a really good point up to that side, and we defended well. You know, 9 men is very 10 men. You could probably you can probably organise yourself, but with 9 men, you're practically stretched, and that's why I said earlier I don't think Spurs are that good because they should have done us with 9 men. Literally, you know, I know Spurs fans are saying, "Oh, Liverpool crying. Look what happened in the Champions League and all that shit." So bollocks to that. At the end of the day, right? We had 9 men and he took his own goal for you to win. So no, fuck you, basically. That's what I'm saying. Don't cry when we helped. You couldn't turn us over, and that's what I thought. You know, I was watching game live, and Postelugo, like he didn't look like he knew what to do. You know, tactical wise, he had 2 men advantage. You know, as soon as that happened, he should have took one of the. He could have took one of the centre backs out. He could have took a defensive midfielder. You know, gone a bit more attacking, but he didn't. He kept doing what he'd done for the whole game, and that's why, you know, up until that Matip own goal, we defended well because they didn't really do anything. They didn't really try and get behind us. They didn't try and overload us on one side. It looked like it was 11 versus 11.
I think that's just really credit to Liverpool. I rather put it as credit to Liverpool defending so well. Yeah. I thought you guys defended for your lives out there.
Yeah, we did, but with 9 men, no, you should be turning us over. You know, this is like high Premier League. You know, you've got 11 professionals versus 9 professionals. You know, you got 2 men extra on the pitch. Like guaranteed, you can stretch us from one side to the other.
But that's what I'm saying. You guys were so compact. You didn't. They didn't do that though. You know, they could overload us on one side easy. They switch the ball to the other side, and then they've got another overload. Basically, if they kept pulling us to one side, switching it quickly to the other side, they would have got behind us quite easy. But personally, I'll take that. I'll take that as a. I personally feel that Liverpool actually defended really, really well.
Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from that, but they made it easy for us. You know, if they're going to put crosses in the box, you know, Van Dijk's really good in the air, Matip's good in the air. I don't think they've got that many tall players.
Alisson
Anyway.
doing his job. As well.
Yeah.
Alisson had
Alisson did at Worldy, I know.
Yeah, a couple of them.
That full stretch one, that was like Worldy. So so I think we'd be disappointed after everything not to have a point because, like I said, we nearly got over the line, Matip own goal, and things went against us, which I'll go about now. So so overall, I'm not too disappointed with that game. There's an awful lot of things happened. But before I start talking about the VAR, I don't buy into what's happened over the last few days. Obviously, we heard the dialogue, and Klopp's now asking for the game to be replayed. I just don't agree with that at all, and that's not going to happen.
Never happened. Has it ever happened before?
Never.
Yes, and it's Arsenal when they had that throw in, and then they
played the game though.
They replayed the game, no? They replayed the game.
No, I just
remember that.
No. Remember? Do you know what game I'm talking about?
When they scored, when they threw the back.
No. Scored. It was in the FA Cup or something, a cup game against one of the lower leagues. They kicked it out, and then Arsenal went on to the attack and banged the goal in. I am about 80-90% sure they replayed the tie.
Okay.
What do you think happened then? Yeah,
no, I think Will would have remembered that.
No, guys, tell me, what do you think happened? They just kicked off and nothing happened after that. Arsenal went on and won.
Yeah.
Do you mean replay that throw in? You mean
they replayed the game? Is what I'm thinking. But you may give it down myself. Let's check it after this.
Let's check it out. I don't recall us ever replaying a tie. Like that.
Okay.
I've never heard of that before.
You carry on and I'll do a quick Google.
Oh, no, you do a quick search. Yeah. So I just want to get that out of the way. So everyone might think I'm really biased being a Liverpool fan, but I don't agree with that being replayed. No, that's not going to happen. So onto the VAR, and fuck me, I can't believe what I saw.
Did you hear the conversation that they were?
Yeah, I've heard it, and I read the transcript as well.
Oh
Obviously,
God, yeah.
you have to. I think if you read both, then to get a good picture. But the audio was awful. It's like I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and I don't understand. Initially, before the audio came out, I couldn't understand why 3 people couldn't correct that decision. Okay, so you got the VAR, you got his assistant, and then you got the supervisor there. So that mistake should never have made it through all those people. And until I heard the audio, then those are the question marks I had. But then I haven't heard the audio, and then someone actually raising a point of this is wrong, and blatantly telling the VAR assistant Daz or Darren, it was wrong, and nothing was done about it. It was it was flagged up, blatant, and then Darren England obviously used a swear word when he realised what he did, but then still didn't do anything about it. And I appreciate the rules is once it kicks off,
it's restarted.
But at that point, right, nothing had happened. They haven't gone up and scored a goal. They haven't gone up and got a penalty. There would have been no disadvantage to Spurs having to say stop the game, give them the goal, get a restart. Obviously, the advantage is the goal, but they weren't attacking. They weren't in a position to attack. They hadn't scored a goal by that point. So pulling it back and stopping it wouldn't have been an issue.
I think I got a little bit confused as to why it couldn't be rolled back. I think it couldn't be rolled back because a decision had been made, right? And they've flashed it up on the board. Because some penalties is still being VAR checked, right? And then the play gets brought back round to because the VAR check was saying, the ref should look at it. So play is still continuing, but then VAR's intervened and said, to the ref, you've got this wrong, and then they get given a penalty. I don't have any examples, but that's happened before.
Yeah,
that's because a decision hasn't been made, right? But this one, the offside, the rule, the decision had been made, therefore they couldn't go back on it.
Well, yeah, they couldn't, but they could. You know, if they had the balls to say, you know, let's do it. I know they talked about it, and then Darren said, "Oh, I can't do it." If he actually had the balls to do it, then I don't think he would have got reprimanded. If anything,
he got sacked in the end, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, has he been sacked? I thought he just got replaced.
Was it replaced?
Yeah.
He's not allowed to do any Premier League.
He's been demoted. Then. Yeah. So I think he would have got more praise from actually, you know, saying, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, let's stop the game, restart it, give Liverpool the goal. And then, you know, I think there would have been some, obviously, criticism, but there would have been, no, I think he would have got more praise and criticism for actually...
He still kept his job.
And kept his job, yeah. For actually turning a wrong into a right.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just... I can't believe it because, you know, those guys in VAR, okay, you know, they're watching the game. They don't have to make... How many decisions do they have to make a game? Probably 4 or 5? Not much. So it's like keepers, they have to keep concentrated in case, you know, they might not have anything to do for 80 minutes, but they might have to put out a save in the 81st, 82nd. And these guys don't really do anything but watch the game, wait for decisions to be made, and it's just beyond belief that he wasn't concentrating on that. And, you know, it's just... I have heard the dialogue, and it is a bit all over the place. But you know, it's just such a fundamental, huge mistake. And not only that, it could have been rectified, but it didn't do it either. And you know, it's just I'm just so shocked that it happened at this level.
Yeah.
You know, having this level, you know, the Premier League, we've got all the technology, apparently got the best refs, you know, exactly. And, you know, I wouldn't say that goal would have meant that we would have won, but, you know, goals change matches. So... having Diaz score at 0-0, even with 10 men down.
With 10 men, yeah.
Yeah, that could have changed the thing. We would have went 1-0. We could have probably shut up shop, defended it all out, and won 1-0. Or we could have lost 3-1, 4-1. We don't know. But what I would know, that 2-1 scoreline and having another player sent off probably wouldn't have happened. Mm-hmm. You know, goals do change the outcome of games. And... you know, it's when commentators say, like, when someone has like 3 clear-cut chances, oh, you could have had a hat-trick. Well, not really, because if you scored one of those goals, those are 2 of the chances might not have ever happened. And I hate it when people say that because, you know, matches do change the course of games and outcome, people's behaviour, tactics. So, you know, I think, like I said, I wouldn't say we would have definitely won the game. But I think we would have probably had a better positive result, draw or win, because of that. And it's just, you know, I'll calm down a bit. But if you spoke to me, if we did this on Saturday night,
I didn't talk to you, mate.
Yeah,
I saw your messages, and I was just like,
if we did this on Saturday night, I wouldn't have been calm. I would have been like really. Yeah, really using some strong words. But having calmed down a bit, listened to what's happened, then obviously, you know...
there was someone there kind of trying to say, like, you cocked up, boys, but it's just the outcome of the situation.
Yeah, it's just... But he said it numerous times, and Darren England didn't actually respond to him. You know,
I don't know what the mix-up in communication was. I forget like the transcript, but it was like the guy was saying, guys, you've got this.
Are you sure? Are you happy about? He says, are you happy about this?
Yeah.
And then, are you sure about your decision? And then, you know, he keeps. I think he repeats that like 3 or 4 times before actually Darren England actually realizes something, and then he swears, and then there's some more dialogue, and then he says, "Oh, the kicked off. It's too late." So in that 20, 30 seconds, it was still possible to change the outcome. And like I said, they had the opportunity to rectify that mistake, and they chose not to, which is probably more worse than making a mistake. If that makes sense. Okay. He was on. He didn't. It wasn't paying attention. He was distracting. Probably fucking reading Razzle or something like that. And realised when there was a check, he thought, "Oh shit!" And then obviously didn't pay attention. But then got it wrong. But then it was that 20, 30 seconds they had to actually fix it. Yeah.
Do you know weird though? Because the conversation between the VAR guys and then the video editor guys, the on-field referee doesn't hear all that. So when they realise the F up, not once do any of them communicate with the on-field referee to be like, "Hey, have a think about this." And I think that's where they messed up. Because then obviously they realised the F up, and then one of them said, "We can't do anything." And I think he basically thinks we can't do anything because I don't know if it's within the rules that if the next patch of plays has happened, he can't call it back. So he already made that call himself. But I think if he let the on-field referee know what's going on, the on-field referee would have made a decision whether or not to be like, "Sorry guys, we need to refer to something." Does that make sense? They took the decision away from the on-field referee, because ultimately the on-field referee is the one who kind of calls all the shots, isn't it? If he wants to pause the game, he'll be the one to stop the game. I think the other guys were almost saying that, the fourth official, Michael Oliver, can't physically kind of run onto the pitch and be like, hey guys, we made a mistake. So I think that's where they messed up. They needed to let the on-field guy be like, "Hey, have a think about this." And then it would have been the on-field ref decision to say, "Sorry guys, we can't do anything." Whereas that other dude made that decision to say we can't do anything. So I think that's where they effed up on. But yeah.
Yeah. So again, there's an opportunity to correct it, and there was sufficient time, in my opinion, to correct it. They just didn't. And then, like I said, what Bo said, they didn't refer to the referee or get involved. But that by someone who's like, he's on a flat, it's probably more technical. Yeah.
But I checked the replay thing and I was right. They replayed the tie. So it was against Sheffield United in a cup game. One of them kicked it out. One of them threw the back in and Canoe passed to Overmars, and Overmars banged it in to win the game 2-1. Everything hit the fan, and then both sets of team wrote to the FA to say let's replay the game. And then 10 days later, the game was replayed, and Arsenal won 2-1 again. So it has happened.
No way Spurs going to agree to it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And anyway, I don't think they should. I mean, because the way for me is that even if that goal, because people are talking about complete nonsense. There's ones of saying they should give Spurs the points or give Spurs the goal, so give Spurs the goal to make it a tie or replay. But ultimately, whatever the score at that point would dictate the rest of that game. So you can't just say, "Oh, it's 2-1 now, let's make it 2-2," because you never know. If Liverpool scored that goal 1-0, it would have changed everything about the rest of the game. Spurs could have still won, drew 1-1, or come back. Are you not laughing because you don't smoke about all this?
No, because
if you were here, you would have known. If you were here for the podcast, you would know.
You hear? Alright, exactly. See, you missed it. You missed everything. Yeah.
Goals changes matches and tactics.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was not saying we would have went on the win, but it wouldn't have been 2-1, and we wouldn't have had another man sent off.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It changes everything.
Changes everything. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, we probably would have shot. But anyway, like you said. So yeah, I think we all know it's bullshit decision. I do get the human error, but I think not stopping it is unforgivable. I think that's the thing. When you realise something's wrong, you got to speak out.
It's ironic. That's what VAR's for, to call out mistakes or decisions that are wrong. But there must be some sort of ruling that they put in place in order for them not to be able to.
You know why? Because in the early days of VAR, there was a game in the German league. So basically,
is it the yellow card?
yeah, I can't remember. One of the teams had a penalty shout, and it's being reviewed by VAR. So the game carried on, and then the other team went up to the other end and scored.
Yeah.
But you know what they did? They brought the game back to give them
the
penalty.
Yeah.
So I think it's to avoid that sort of situation from happening. But like I said, at that point, nothing had happened, and you know they could have stopped it. The Spurs hadn't scored. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I already spent like 20 minutes on this. So, you know, I think we all agree that the VAR team 100 not beds is, I think. Will said it's right. You know, I think they've been demoted now to like play referee championship games or League One games, whatever it is. And yeah, it's just disappointing. But you know, there's nothing we can do about it now. We've just got to suck it up and move on.
Except for cry more, isn't it?
I love the Liverpool's response from the apology. We're not accepting your apology, bro.
Yeah. I think you know it's the right thing, but yeah, not replaying the game would be wrong as well. Oh, probably a bit more calm. I'll say if we did this on Saturday, I would have taken that whole hour just talking about this.
We need to change it. I think we need to change the dates then. Change the format. Change the date.
Anyway,
both
go on.
Mighty United, man. What a different a week makes there. Like, this time last week, I was saying 2 wins in 2 games. This time this week, it's 2 losses in 2 at home. It's like it's and we got scapegoat aplenty. Last week I couldn't find a single scapegoat. But now all of them have come back. Mason Mount's back in the team. Onana doing Onana things. Now we're adding Rashford into the mix. So what? Played Palace in the cup game again. Obviously, Tim scored earlier and then won that game easily. And then back in the Prem, they come over here and it's a 1-0 loss, which is already bad enough. And then now yesterday's Champions League 3-2 to Galatasaray, who Galatasaray. Come on, away from home, this should be easy. You know, should be putting them away. So, but as a whole, it's just. This Onana guy, come on, man. If anyone's still defending Onana, especially, a certain someone in our chat, mate, you need to get your, footballing facts checked, because this guy is offering nothing. And what he's meant to be offering, he's not even coming up with that. His epic passing skills we saw that on display yesterday. If that's what you come in for and you're still doing those kind of, schoolboy errors, what are you there for? I mean, even the Palace goal, right? I don't know if you guys watch it. You've seen it. I mean, it's a good goal. It comes in and then Anderson whacks it, right? But Onana, his positioning ain't great, and it literally just goes over him. So it's shot with a lot of power, but a decent keeper would literally just have got up, and it would have been like an okay save. So the fact that he let it in, it became a great goal, if that makes sense. But honestly, Onana could have done better. If you watch it again, he takes a little step.
It felt like it went through his hands in a way.
It didn't go through, it went over him. But the reason why it went over him is because his position is bad and he has to make up for the bad positioning, and then he kind of dives. Whereas a normal keeper, standing up straight, he would have saved it. So that's a mistake, but not too bad. Like, him letting it in becomes a great goal, but he could have, a better keeper would have got that. And then we couldn't go down the other end to score a positive from that. Højlund looking good in both games, so he's been a positive. Now we go to yesterday's game, right? And Onana, oh my God, that pass. We're like, what are you doing? Not only is he doing that pass that F's up, I've never seen any other player cause another player to get a red card from your own team. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, literally, he passed. Yeah, it started from a goal kick. He passes out, gets it back, and it was the sloppiest thing ever. Like, the guy, the offensive player was right there, and it wasn't even like he was trying to loop it over him. It literally just straight to him, and it's so lazy and poor. It's literally like a pass I would do when we play football, and everyone be like, "This guy is shit with his feet," which I am. You get me? But Onana's meant to be elite, and I was meant to be elite. So what are you doing? This guy has cost us like what 2 games now, and what has he produced? He's not produced any outstanding saves. Every time we come here and he's had a good game, they're literally kind of routine saves. So we spoke about this. He has cost 2 vital games now. So what are you offering? You're not offering anything. So like we're going back to David De Gea, right? We said oh he made mistakes and whatnot. But we will remember games that David De Gea saved United from. Do you know what I mean? So as many times he's making mistakes, right? You can remember certain saves where he's winning the game for United or getting the draw. Onana has done nothing except for lose games and getting his own player sent off. Do you know what I mean? So what are you there for? 50 mil for this Onana dude, right? You need to sell him next year for 5 million and move on. And the blame the blame has to go to kind of Ten Hag, right? Because this guy got his keeper that he wanted, and Onana's just not it. He's not it. And you know what? He's not gonna be it now. It's the done deal. Like he's not gonna improve. Do you know why he's not gonna improve? Because the way he plays, these mistakes are gonna persist. Do you know what I mean? If you have a keeper who's forever kind of doing these passes because he thinks he's the top G, yeah. You're gonna make these mistakes, and he's not even saving shots either. Like it's, man, this is United is finished. We're finished. You know what? United, we are the Arsenal now. We're the banter club now. So like, well, we're 10th, and it just what? Do you know what? It's 6 losses in 10 games. 6 losses. That's a madness. That's like Luton or Bournemouth or Everton or something. That's not even that bad.
Do you think he's going to go? Get sacked?
The problem is, if he goes, who do they get in? There's no one. So is Ten Hag the problem? I don't know. Like the only thing is, he had a good season last season. The football was there. So I don't know what's happening now. It might just be, like I said, when a certain club is just fucking rotten to the core, a bit like Chelsea, right? A bit like Chelsea. When there's a stink, you can bring in anyone, yeah, and the stink is just going to be there. So Man United's been like that for the past 5 managers now. We've had what have we had? We've had a club legend, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had a go. We've had the greatest manager, ever, Jose Mourinho. We've had like respected Dutch manager, Louis van Gaal. We've had like a technical director type, I forgot his name, Ranić, right? And now we've got like the guy, Ten Hag. So what is it? Like five bosses, right, with a similar kind of squad, yeah, and just repeated dog shit. So what's the problem? What's the problem? What is getting rid of Ten Hag going to solve? Basically, it's not. I mean, it will solve some things. The next manager might get rid of Onana and bring someone in, and that would be a start, maybe. But in terms of the rest, what can you do?
Yeah, and it sort of goes back to when Liverpool had that era before Klopp. Like, kept changing managers, bringing new things, change the squad, and we never got anywhere. Rodgers did come close to second, but that was because of Suarez. That's nothing to do with Rodgers. Suarez was blind.
Yeah.
And in the end, obviously, we got Klopp, but I think what we gave Klopp was we had to accept some pain before things got better. Like we finished 8th, and then we finished 6th, I think it was. And then you had to give him like 5 transfer windows to get the team that he wanted in. And I just feel that I know you've given time to other managers, and I feel that you have to do the same with Ten Hag as well.
Yeah, I think getting rid of Ten Hag is the wrong decision, and I would be like, give him a few more windows to buy players, but. Like I said, his signings ain't been great. He's got players that he's kind of wanted. Do you know what I mean? And all those Dutch players, and Onana is on him. You know what I mean? So, is it Ten Hag out time yet? I don't think so. I think it's more like Rashford out or these players out as opposed to bloody Ten Hag out. Do you know what I mean? Rashford with that pass is like, man, he's like Sterling 2.0, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, man? It's like, it's right. That's a schoolboy pass. I mean, literally schoolboy pass. Like, he could have passed it earlier, or when he did a bit more power. It was just awful. That would again been a game changer. The only bright spot was Højlund's goals. Yeah, they were sick, and even his disallowed goal as well, where he bloody they made a dummy, left that defender, banged it in offside, and then the chip was sick. So he's a bright spark, like I said, proper up front guy now. Yeah, United's just a joke. It's just a joke. Two losses out of 2 in Champions League, so it looks like Europa League this year.
Yeah, you're on 0 points.
Yeah, 0 points. Bayern Munich's obviously taken up one of the spots already. It can still happen. If we get out of the group, great. But look at it, it's going to be like all that euphoria getting the Champions League and then straight back to Thursday night football. So, what's the point,
You'll be with us Thursday night.
Yeah.
It was funny because I only watched the second half of that game.
What a banger, though. That was a great
it was a banger
game.
It was like
it was
like action every minute and
action. But it was just the United defense was just statues, man, making Galatasaray look like world beaters. You know what I mean? The goal they scored, the equalising goal, was like tiki-taka, but it's just kind of like the defense, man. We keep speaking about United defense. What like that ball came through, went through Ravan's legs, and then they just sliced it in. It's just bad. Clean sheets have been difficult.
Yeah, because Onono got away with that that shot that he sort of like carried, and then the penalty got away. So you thought, actually, you know what, United might have squeaked this one.
The thing is, the penalty got away, but to be honest, it was the penalty led to the red card as well. So as time went on, you're going to get punished. If it weren't that penalty, it would have been another goal anyway. So yeah, that's Onana's just shit, man.
Told you from day one.
Even that. Yeah, Will said he's going to be in trouble, and I said nah. His passing's going to bloody change the way United play. But like I said, I'd rather have a keeper that stops shots than being an elite passer. You know.
No, De Gea is still free agent.
Yeah, he's a free agent. We should bring him back like we brought back Johnny Evans, mate. Give him a call.
Second debut. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, second debut, man. We made a mistake. Like, call your ex. Yeah, man. Well, that's another one, though. I don't understand why another club's not gone for him. I mean, I keep hearing on other shows, maybe it shows the quality of him then, and why there's no team, but I don't know. But
I think he's too expensive. In terms of contract, his agent will be asking for too much.
Yeah, but still, what, you rather make no money than little money then, that kind of thing. You lower your.
He's on $350 a week, right? And he probably wants something similar to that.
No transfer fee. Yeah. No transfer fee for the club. The agent's bound to try and bump up his thing. No one will take him for 400, 450, like whatever it's going to be. Even let alone 350, right? So, like, if United go back in for him, they're going to have to pay either 350 or 400.
We're only joking. They're not really going to go back for the game. But honestly,
you need him.
Yeah, we definitely need it, mate. January should take Ramsdale or something, mate. Take Ramsdale or make another big for Pickford. Anyone. If we persist with Onana this season, is a write-off. Like, it's already been a write-off. But Onana, you watch, every other week, I'm not everywhere. Every other week, Onana's name's going to come up and there's going to be something. Because that's just the way he plays.
But I think Dave is right. I think Ten Hag still needs a few more seasons, a few more transfer windows, in order to get where he needs to be. Like, I don't think he's happy or satisfied with the squad, and that's what happened to Arsenal as well. It's exactly what happened to Liverpool as well in that transition period. But the problem for United is that you've been in that transition period as long as Arsenal have been as well. Maybe a little bit later. So
expectations at United, I would say, is completely different from. Even Liverpool, they want instant success. So whereas Arsenal or Liverpool, they've given time to their manager. Yeah. Man United will give time to some extent, but because Ten Hag overachieved last year, they're thinking, you know what, we want to be title contenders this year already, and that's never going to be ever realistic thing.
Not with your squad.
Yeah. Never ever really.
Yeah, I like to think he'll make it out for the season, but 6 losses in 10 is not great. It's beyond
60%
what's expected of United.
That's like you said, that's like bottom half of the table.
It's definitely a trend, though, isn't it? Definitely a trend as well.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, that's one United, man. Moving on.
How do we do with predictions?
He did alright.
Well, I didn't do so great.
I think Will
I
had.
feel so sad for him. He sounds so downbeat.
But you know what the funny thing is, like, when we're doing predictions, I did say it. You thought to turn the corner, but I didn't.
I did. I don't think I. What did I say? What did I put down? Okay, so Bournemouth Arsenal actuals 4-0. Bo went for 3-0. You kind of put that close. 2-0. Everyone went for wins, basically. So that was the right result. And then United Crystal Palace. The result was obviously 1-0. I went for a draw because I didn't feel like either offered it much. Dave went for 2-1, and then Bo went for 2-0 United. So Dave got that result right. And then Tottenham Liverpool, so close to 2-2, but I went for 2-2. Dave went for 3-2 Liverpool, and then Bo went for 3-2 Spurs.
Oi! Another win for Spurs.
That was the right result, right? So we weren't too far from that score.
No, but it just highlights how hard it is to predict that bloody score.
It was a tough game to predict, to be honest, but I think we were in and around.
Right.
So that was prediction for that. But yeah, oh my god, the next game. What do you reckon, boys? So I'll wrap this down.
I think City 2-1. City 2-1. I would actually like Arsenal to win, just to make this title a bit more exciting again. And again, City actually lost 2 games on a bounce, one to Newcastle in the League Cup, and then Wolves. And then today they won 3-1 after late 2 goals. But I think these big games, and Arsenal's missing a lot of players. Mane has obviously been out, Saka's injured now. So yeah, it's going to be. I think City will win. City win 2-1, just 2-1.
Yeah, I think 1-0. Yes, City lost 2 on the bounce, and when that happens, they come back fighting, and they showed it today. I know they had 2 late goals, but they'll go on a bit of a run now. So I reckon 1-0.
Our defence is fairly solid, but we're at home. We're not solid at home. As much as I want to back my team, and I should.
Don't do it, Will.
Back your team.
Yeah, don't do it.
Alright, fuck it. I'll go 2-1. A late winner for Arsenal.
2-1, and who's scored a winner? Kai Havertz. Put your money on that.
Imagine that.
Kai Havertz.
Alright, clip this. Alright, who's next then?
We're away to Brighton.
Brighton. Away.
Ooh, Brighton got smacked by Villa the other day. Tired you. I was gonna say tired you Europe pledge, yeah, but Villa plays in Europe too, so. But yeah, I like Liverpool to win that again. I think Brighton, I don't know, have been found out. Liverpool 3-1.
Liverpool 3-1. Have you still? Which players got sent off? Curtis Jones and Jota. Just one game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or both?
Yeah, I don't think they'll be missed too much. Jota's been on the fringes, and Curtis Jones can easily be replaced in midfield by Endo.
Yeah. Right. What do you reckon, Dave?
Oh,
do you want to go last on that? I'll go. I'll do mine
go,
then.
yeah.
Liverpool 2-1.
Yeah, I think we're going to win. One thing we know about Brighton, they are always attack-minded, which leaves themselves open at the back. I don't think they'll change tactics after that spanking, though. I think they'll still, especially at home, they'll still go for it. They're missing in that defender.
Estepinian,
yeah.
No, but Lamptey can come in easy.
Yeah, but I think Estepinian's
well.
like quality for them. I'm gonna go. I think they're gonna go for another spanking. 4-1.
Really?
4-1.
Ooh.
Actually, let's mix it up. 4-2. 4-2. Let's say 4-2.
I don't think.
They do play expensive football, and if you get at them, they will concede.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay, and then it's United Brentford. United at home. Do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Go first.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Brentford.
I think Brentford are going to win. I think United are so inconsistent.
It's mayhem right now there.
And they're really bad. They're really bad at the back. I'm going to go for 3-1 Brentford.
3-1. There's definitely an Onono clanger in there then for 3-1. I'm not predicting a United win, so I'll keep it simple. I'll just say 1-1. 1-1, steady the ship slightly.
Alright. Okay. Next FPL.
We'll make FPL quick one. So nothing much for FPL. Double game week finished. I won manager of the month. Get in there, never in doubt. Yeah, nothing much really. This week I brought in another Spurs attacker. Brought in Richarlison. Got Luton. Hopefully be a bloodbath. So I've actually taken out Matoma. Because he's got he's Liverpool and then City is his next 2 games. So I've taken him out for Richarlison. And that's it, as you were. Newcastle's got a difficult game against West Ham. So their defence was on the up, but I fancy West Ham to score. Nothing much.
Yeah, I haven't done my transfer yet. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's the last weekend before the international break.
Yeah.
So that I usually take a bit of a punt because of that. But I think I might bring in a Newcastle defender.
What did I just tell you about? They got a difficult game against West Ham.
Yeah, I don't think it's that difficult. You think it's difficult? I don't think they're on a good run.
I think that'll be like a 0-0 draw.
Yeah,
something like that. That's what I'm kind of having a punt on. But I actually used a wild card this week.
Oh, you got a wild card?
Yeah, too many injuries and too many people out. And
who have you pumped in? The main ones. New ones, though, rather. What's the main changes?
Doggy House, Madison Son.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse, Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, they're the main ones that I brought in from.
Still got Salah.
Still got Salah. Still got a good run.
Still got Salah.
So I brought in Brighton players, Lamptey and I had Matoma already, but I brought Lamptey in because of Estepinian injury.
Yeah.
That's it. And then obviously a bench for the Burnley defender for 3.9. But he's getting games.
Who's your keeper now? You got rid of Ramsdale finally, right?
Yeah, got rid of Ramsdale. Got Areola in now. Cheap.
As your main keeper?
Cheap option, yeah. Main keeper and then Turner. I wanted to spend more money outfield than in goal.
Yeah.
And you kept Trippier, of course, right? You're not getting rid of him.
No, Trippier's still there.
Right.
And then I bought Lascelles in.
Yeah, I was going to say bigger Lascelles because as long as 3.9, and if Botman's out for a little longer, they say he'd be back, but you never know with these things, right? He could be out, so Lascelles will play. You know what? Quickly touch upon that on Lascelles. Funny thing is, Lascelles is actually still Newcastle's team captain. But he doesn't play, which I find it really weird because he's not played for almost a whole season and a bit. But in the dressing room, they must still go to him and be like, "Hey, Lascelles, got anything to say?" And he'll say a speech, but he's on the bench for like the whole season. I find that quite weird that they've not Trippier is the captain without Lascelles.
I'm not a stranger to that because Arsenal did that 3 seasons in a row. First with one was with Vermaelen, and then Koscielny, and then Arteta at one point as well. Didn't really play, but was always on the bench. So they're still influential players, right? You need influential. There's ways of going about things like on training ground as well with captain. They are leaders. That you can lead a different in a different format rather than
I suppose
do that. But I'm used to it because of Arsenal. But in my personal opinion, you still need a captain on the field.
Yeah, that's what I find weird. I find it weird.
No, I think it's very rare that you get rid of your captain, even though he's got a long-standing injury, because that's what you got the vice captain coming in. You know,
no, but Lascelles not been injured. Lascelles been available to play. He had a spell of injury, but the whole of last season he's available to play. But he doesn't. He's not. Yeah, it's a minor thing. It just made me a bit funny because Trippier becomes the captain. So, but then, who are you referring to when Lascelles on the bench with Trippier's on the pitch and like in the change room? Because we've seen a documentary where Kane's the captain. He does a little speech at the start. You know what I mean? So, like, do you go to Trippier or do you go to Lascelles? Or I just find it a bit funny that they've not taken it off him from all this time.
I think it'd be very harsh to take it off him. It's not like the Maguire situation of captaincy. I think you chose him as a captain for a reason, and even though he's not playing,
who was like you said, it's more like the training stuff and all that. But anyway, minor point. We go on. We move, as they say. Dave's favourite bit.
Onto your favourite segment.
Dave's favourite segment. You say my favourite. A lot of these questions seems to be like catered to Dave. So we've actually got quite a lot from our number one fan. I think like quite a few of them. So I don't know. Do you wanna go like again? It's like there's a few. Can you see that? Is that viewable? Too bright? There you go.
That's a long question. The first.
Yeah. So we've got a few. So I mean, how long have we been going for? Over an hour already?
We're over an hour. Yeah, an hour. Let's
so I don't know if you want to stretch it or whatnot. Do you want me to choose a few? Do you want me to do go through all of them? There's 6.
Fucking hell. Let's push some to next week.
Push some to next week.
It depends on the question.
Okay, so
are they one-worded answers?
No, they're discussion points, isn't it? There's big. I mean, the troll one. They say who's better, Onana, Vol, or Dave? Obviously it's going to be Vol or Dave, not Onana. Dave's kicking. Dave's kicking. Yeah.
If we mould it into one player,
Vol's got the best shot stopping.
I think
basically, if me and Vo were one person, we would be in the Premier League.
Yeah. And if you add my inch to Dave, we'll be 6 foot. Well, okay, we covered that one. There you go. Okay, so I'll go for the other ones. This one I liked. Is it possible to get out of the friend zone? And if so, how?
Now that I'm older, it is possible, but it's only when you're a little bit older. I think that's when you can come out of the friend zone, because especially when the girls are a little bit older as well. I'm not saying it's desperation, but I think they realise it. I think they realise it more than when they were younger, because when they were younger they have options, right? When they're slightly older, they rethink it a little bit in terms of what they really want. It's really hard to have children after a certain age as well. So I think they think more about life partner than they do think about like family and stuff, in my opinion. So I think it's with age, but when you're younger, it's definitely harder as a guy to get out of the friend zone. Probably never gonna get out of it.
Dave, any friend zone real life scenarios?
Well, I'm not going to say either way, but it is possible. But I think it needs a set of circumstances for that to happen.
Circumstances, yeah.
Yeah, it needs a set of circumstances. So if the status quo hasn't changed between you two, then I don't think it is possible. But if circumstances change, either both of you or one of you, or something happens, then definitely.
Like what Will says, the age thing and the desperation. Not desperate, but
not just an age thing. Let's say that
just a different viewpoint of life at that moment.
So something happens and they see another side of you.
Yeah. But the thing for me, I'll give you a backup question because I kind of misunderstood it originally. But is it possible to get out of the friend zone? And if so, how? For me, I think maybe I would say maybe not, because if the girl put you in a friend zone, right, she put you there for a reason, that kind of thing, and for it to change, would like what you guys have said, would take a monumental kind of shift. And I think it's one of those things where, obviously, you know when when a guy meets someone, they show their interest straight away, and then the girl says, "Oh, let's just be friends." There's a reason why she's parked you in that friend bit straight away, because again, you're a nice dude, you're nice to be around, but let's just stay friends. So there was obviously a big thing for her to be like, oh nah, I can't see this guy as a partner, kind of thing. And then for you to change that opinion, it's a tough ask. If for me, is what I think. It's
not necessarily you changing. Something might happen that changes that. So I agree. There's probably little that you can influence that, but there may be a change in the situation. Let's say you've been friend zoned, and you two go on a friend's holiday, and then you spend a lot of time together, and then more than you probably ever have done. There's no you two, and then that setting that you're in, it being you two only, she sees another side of you, and thinks actually you're not the knob that I think you are.
I still think it boils down to your age at that time. Like when they're young, they don't give a fuck. Man, trust me. When you're friend zone, you're there. You're stuck.
Yeah,
you're stuck there. But when they come to you, because when they, what? This doesn't piss me off, but eventually they say, what am I looking for in a partner? I really want to truly find my best friend. Like it's kind of like, okay, well, a little bit late now.
Yeah.
That thing, but it is that though.
Yeah, no. It reminds me of that Friends episode when they're choosing backups. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Everyone's got a backup when they're a certain age, and yeah. So I'll give you the part two, because this is how I thought I understood the question. But this one's about being friends on, and this is how you get out. Do you think friends, long-term friends, can make good lovers, kind of thing, or good relationship? And again, do you understand my question? Like, you've got a friend you've known for ages, and suddenly you're like, do you know what? I think we should get together. Similar to, again, the friends thing. Do you think that makes a better relationship? Because you're a big advocate of make sure they're a great friend. Make sure you get on as a friend. But then you're talking about, if you meet a girl, make sure you can be friends, and you kind of getting it together with a friend type of personality. But I'm talking about, because it's quite rare, I think, right, for people to have been friends for a while and then like 5 years later be like, oh boom, by the way, me and so and so's together. Do you think that makes better relationship?
I've always been.
I think with sorry.
Go on, Dave.
Yeah, I think with that.
Go on.
I feel that it is very rare. I don't know many people that have done that, and I guess if you're really good friends with someone, do you want to sort of risk that in a way in case if it doesn't work out?
This is my theory.
It's a hard one because if you're already that best friends, if something does happen and it doesn't work out, no matter what you say, you're not going to be best friends anymore, regardless.
Do you know what my theory is? Yeah, girls and guys can never really be like really good friends, in my opinion. like from the way I see it, a lot of the times, majority of the times, when guys accept that friendship, it's because they kind of want to hang around. And when the opening opens up, they're either there to be the consoling one or just the emotional support or whatever, and then that's probably where they feel like that is their in. So I very rarely believe, it is rare, and I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I very do rarely believe that a girl and a guy can be friends. Yeah, that's my thinking around it, because it's either the guy or the girl, but it's usually the guy is always just kind of sticking around for that opportunity to come up. And then when it does happen, maybe the girl realizes or whatever, that's when it happens.
Yeah. So I think the theory that you said kind of goes on that the two friends out of the blue just suddenly getting together doesn't quite happen. For two friends to get together, the guy would have had a longing for that girl for X amount of years, you know what I mean? So he was always infatuated with her, and then
not infatuated.
We should
just have something there for this person.
Yeah.
But then they parked that feeling or whatever in the interest that maybe in the future, but they've just kept it there quiet because, again, he didn't want to lose that person in a very selfish, narcissistic way. Not narcissistic,
but anyway.
Selfish. Yeah.
I was going to say another, like, again, Dave, friend reference is Monica and Chandler, you know? Friends, and then come to London, and then bish bash bosh,
changed, because, it's not that either of them wanted to push it, it just circumstance happened, and they realised.
Yeah. I flipped that one more time. Yeah. I'll flip that one more time. If I met a girl, and then we only stayed on the friends path, the longer we are friends, the longer the barrier of us two getting together kind of closes in. Do you know what I mean? Like I would have to meet a girl and then kind of like her and then show that intention straight away, and then either she rejects me and it doesn't happen and we will stay friends, or we start as friends and we're forever friends, if that makes sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I think... I hope that makes sense.
It doesn't mean it won't. I think it's very hard. It's a hard thing to do.
Okay. Okay. There's so many relationship questions. Someone must really like these three uncles.
Someone really needs help.
Like agony uncle. So I'll give you the choice of questions on these relationship one. There's one. It says, how long is too long for someone you are dating to respond to your text message? Do you want to open that one? Or do you prefer, should you tell your partner everything or keep some things private for a healthy relationship?
Let's tackle the first one first.
First one, you're like, how long is it too long for someone you're dating to respond to your text messages?
Yeah. I think this might be a short one, that's why.
Okay, go on. For me, it seems you're thinking.
I think more than half a day.
That's too long, yeah? Yeah.
I'll tell you why. They might be busy at work, they might be busy doing something, so you give them probably a few hours, a bit more than that. But if they're not responding to you, then they're obviously not thinking about you, and you're not on their
way.
I feel the same. Like, if you're dating and it's just a sign of interest, and if you're leaving it a day or a day and a half, it kind of means to me that they're kind of filling their day rather than just like wanting to be with you or wanting to see you and stuff like that. I mean, not that it's happened to me, but I'm just saying.
Really, Will. My next question was: so how often are you replying, and how quickly?
I think like obviously it depends on the day. It depends if you're in working hours. It depends if you're doing podcasts and things like that for over an hour. It depends, right? But usually you kind of want to expect something within a 2 or 3 hour kind of reply, like especially if I think that they're not doing anything as well.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. Basically, if a girl is into you, you'll get that response ASAP because it's a two-way street. Like, if you're into that girl and you're firing off a message, yeah, that girl, that recipient on the other end should be like, shit, where's this message? As soon as it comes in, it's like, oh, here we go, butterflies come in, and then you get a reply. Because the sooner you reply, the more the conversation flows. Do you get what I mean? Like, if you send a message off and you don't get a reply for 2 hours, if that moment's kind of lost, and then it's like, you moved on to other things now. So I think you just kind of know. Like, I've been in dating, and then, if a girl likes you and you reply, that the conversation will just hit it off. And like I said, they're waiting for that message from you. If you don't get a reply for half a day, mate, give up, move on, friend zone straight away. You can't get out of that friend zone. Remember, you know what I mean? Just it's just a feeling.
I think it depends where you are in your dating. How many dates have you had? But if you're steadily dating, a few weeks, then
it needs to be back and forth.
Yeah, you need
back and forth for like 24/7. I know you said.
In exceptional circumstances, I think if you've got a job that you can't text or can't message, and it might take you like a while to do so, then I think that's
but that's two way though, because for example, if you were dating, right? I mean, and we're both working, so I probably wouldn't even message her during work hours. But as soon as it kind of hits that evening, that's when you kind of get that text going, and you're not getting a reply after evening. You get what I'm trying to say? Then you just kind of know like this it's time to give up because like I said, if they were into you, they're waiting for that message. Do you know what I mean? And then people will say, oh, but what if they're not a texting person? That kind of thing. Again, I don't find that valid because again, whether you're a texting person or not, if you're in a little dating phase and they're looking forward to having converse with you, they'll change their ways. They'll become that messaging person. You know what I mean?
Such an interesting, such a unique thing because that is when. If you're interested in each other, you're bound to want to communicate with each other because that's one of the most important things in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
And if that's what they want, and if that's what you both want, you'll have that flowing conversation, as you mentioned earlier. No, 100%. I've not seen any couple not communicate with each other or whatever, and leave it for so long. I've never seen it.
So yeah, there we have it. Whoever gave those questions, I hope we've helped you, and good luck on your path, and hope she messages you back.
Yeah, if not,
and hopefully you can get out of that friend zone. It's a tough one, but it's doable.
We can't even say we're free uncles because that's already trademarked.
Sam sucks, yeah. Free agony aunts. There you go. Free agony uncles.
Or agony persons. Right. If we're not allowed to say that these days. But, right. Bit of a long one, folks, but yeah, hopefully you found that useful.
Hopefully you got enough to put you to sleep and you make it to the end.
Yeah, if you got any other questions that you want us to kind of touch on, leave it in the comments or questionnaire, and we'll try our best. So like, comment, subscribe, and then more content next week.
Yep. Come on, United.